when they're not pushing when they're trying to say, okay, let's move to next, how, as an artist, what sort of influence or what could you do, if they don't push out the next stuff?
Just try to start on the next one. I was really disappointed because I really loved that album. I thought that album was great. But you just have to just, keep it pushing. And, I started touring. I went on tour. I opened up for NSYNC, went on a big tour with NSYNC and got to open.
Wow.
Yeah, you just have to, when stuff like that happens, then you just have to, stay positive and say, okay, what's the next thing? Let's keep it moving, because I was very down. And in the beginning, I was like, oh man, I really love this album. I don't know what happened. But so I started touring, and then I'm like, okay, let's start on the next album. And then I got pregnant and I got married, and the label let me go while I was 5 months pregnant. So yeah, so I was like, and I got a phone call saying, yeah, they're just gonna let you be a mom for a while. And I'm like, I don't want it. I want to have my baby, but I don't have to sit down. Like, I can still sing. Like, I still have my voice, So that was a really tough time for me. It was really tough.
So when I'm not doing this, I'm a mental health therapist working with under 19s. And part of why I started this was just to hear inspirational stories and for us to listen and say, wow, just amazing how in a big stage setbacks happen, but you still were able to sort of come through. I have no idea what that's like as somebody who has been from 8 singing and doing this, and then to be told, okay, well, you're pregnant, so you're yesterday. I'm not using the word yesterday, but we don't need you right now.
Right.
Personally, I mean, on reflection, how did you take that, and what was it like?
I didn't take it well at all. Like, I literally, I cried a lot. And I was really sad. My husband is an actor. So, after we had our baby, he was, he would get up every day, go shoot his show, go to work, he's still living his dream. And I just felt like everything was taken away from me. I felt really sad, like really, really, really sad. And I was like, I didn't want to be in the business anymore. Like, I felt like just giving up on the industry. And then I remember getting on YouTube, and I had this one fan that was so encouraging. He would put up all these videos of me and just speak really good things about me. And then the videos was getting all these views and everything. And I said, you know what? People obviously want to still hear me sing. So I decided to start my own label. So, and then in 2006, I put out an album called Every Woman Dreams, and I partnered up with another independent company. And I put out my first independent project in 2006. And I think on the Urban AC chart, we went to number 12 or something. I forgot which number went up there. We did pretty good. But when it's your own label, it's expensive. It's so expensive to keep rolling because it was coming out of my own pocket.
Wow.
So we pushed it as far as we could, and then we had to stop. But that's what kept me going, is the fans, honestly, is the reason why I'm still singing. Because when I get on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and I hear all the encouraging things, that pushes me I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this for them. About the industry, if they want to act like that. It's for my.
Yeah, I mean, it's as I said, a lot of us will not understand what it's like or what's going on, because they don't make an announcement saying, well, Shanice is about to have a baby, so we don't want to. We're going to drop it. We don't hear, because
the crazy is when I told them I was pregnant. By the time I told them I was pregnant, I was 5 months at that time. So when I got that message, I said, I only have 4 months left to go. I'll be in the studio for the next 4 months recording. Nobody's going to see me pregnant.
Yeah.
So I just didn't understand.
Did you get a? I mean, do you get a personal phone call from the
Yeah,
president to
yeah,
say,
yeah. I got a phone call from an executive, and he told me, he said, we think you're extremely talented, but we're just gonna have to let you go. And I'm like, huh? So yeah.
wow?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
how much was that on the fact that, because if your album had, if Shanice had done say triple platinum or so, do you think that they would have, they would have had second thoughts because okay, no, this what you're thinking?
I don't know. I mean, I know that it went gold, and I know that how much money when an album goes gold, I know how that's a lot of money for the label. So I know they made their money back, you
Yeah,
know. So I really don't know. I really don't know.
yeah, and I know that you know we all know that you're married to Flex, and I remember watching One to One. I said I went to college in the US and stuff, and but I didn't realize he was married to you until later on. But
Yeah,
he was
we've been
a
married years.
for how long?
We've been married for 21 years now.
Wow, my
Yeah,
God, 2000. Yeah, that's. I mean, so at that point though, um, how does family? Oh,
uh-oh, sorry.
okay.
My phone rang. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's probably LaFace come to say sorry.
Oh
Just
no.
kidding.
I would love that.
um, but in the midst of that, how? Because it's an amazing story that you mentioned that you got inspiration from a fan who was just posting and supporting you and stuff. How about family in the midst of what you're going through? Could they understand? Or does it, when you're going through those dark times, do you push everyone away and no one can say anything encouraging?
Well, my family was there to support and encourage me. But you know, my mom and my aunt, they've always put in my head that even like when I was on top and everything, you can't just focus on one thing. Like it's good to put your mind on other things as well.
Yeah,
Like, have other interests. It's, and because just so that if God forbid, if you're having your up, because this industry, you have your ups and downs.
yeah,
And your downtime, you can have, there's other things you can focus on. That's why I love acting. I love, there's different things I can do. And I think that helped me too. Just, and I had my family to hold on to. I had, so that helps me through it.
yeah,
My family helps me through it for sure.
yeah. The what did you miss the most during after, because I can't imagine though how hard it is.
It
You
was
know,
hard. It was definitely hard. It was hard. I went from traveling the world, being on tour, to just home. I'm just sitting at home. I have a beautiful new baby who I was so thankful that I had my baby, but I just could not, I couldn't travel anymore. I couldn't, I couldn't, the touring and all that just stopped. Everything just stopped.
wow.
It was really hard. And then I'd get up and my husband would go to work every day, and he's still living his life. And I'm like, why can't I do the same? Like, why can't I live my life too and still have our baby? So
Yeah.
it was hard.
I mean, a lot of us also hear about what here in the UK, postnatal depression and how challenging that could be, and and I don't know how a challenge as a new mom then thinking about my careers taken instead of celebrating my baby and everything. Um,
Yeah. And I
how
did it postpartum. I was very, very depressed. I could not stop crying. I'm like, I'm so happy. I'm looking at her beautiful face. I'm like, I'm so happy I have my baby. I just could not stop crying. It was really sad.
yeah,
But like I said, I went through that for a while, but then I snapped out of it. I said, you know what? I still have my voice. I still have people online saying they want to hear me sing. I don't need, I can still sing. Like I can still tour. I can still, put out my own music. And that's the one thing that I love is there's a good thing about the industry, and then, I mean, with the, not the industry, the internet, and then there's a not so good thing about the internet. The good thing is that artists can actually put their own music out, and you don't have to wait for an executive to tell you if you're good or not, or if they want to sign you or not. And that's a really good thing. The sad thing is that some people are getting music for free and not paying for it. So artists aren't selling like to back in the day, because people are downloading it for free and stuff like that. But I love the fact that independent artists can put out their own music, and you don't have to wait on someone to tell you if you can do it or not.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, to press the notification bell so that you can be notified when we do have a new interview. Loads to come, but thanks a lot for watching.
I begin to